Hello and welcome. In this video, we'll take a closer look at the QM125 and its unique sample delivery by flow design, a 125 MHz system built to make NMR sampling simple, versatile, and reliable. A look inside the instrument reveals a clear polymer sample tube running from the fluid fitting on the front panel of the instrument through the magnet to the other side. Made up of 100% perfluoroalkane polymer, the sample tube is robust due to its exceptional chemical inertness, low surface adhesion, and thermal resilience. As a result, it is practical to clear the sample tube using only air or solvent between samples, providing a reliable, reusable, and contamination-free pathway for every run. A key feature of this sample tube design is that it is fully separable from the instrument. As you can see here, removing the sample tube is not complex and poses zero risk of damaging the probe or magnet. The process is made deliberately simple, fully user-manageable, and can be completed within a matter of minutes. Begin by opening and removing the access panels from both sides of the instrument. These panels are easily detached by hand, providing clear visibility of the sample tube and its fittings. Before removing the tube, ensure it's free of any liquid. Use an air-filled syringe to flush out any remaining sample droplets. Once the line is clear, use a clean pair of scissors to cut the tube near the exit of the magnet in an area free of fluid. Always avoid cutting the tube near any droplets. Repeat the process on the other side and gently remove the tube from the magnet. Next, use the provided wrench to loosen the steel hex nuts on the fitting. Once loosened, unscrew the fitting by hand to release the entire fitting assembly along with the remaining section of the old tube. Repeat the process on the other side. Prepare the new fittings by assembling the steel hex nut, sleeve tube, and peak ferrules as shown. You may reuse the steel hex nut from the original fittings, and in some cases you may reuse the sleeve tube and peak ferrules. First, slide the non-flared end of the sleeve tube through the opening of the steel hex nut. Then, slide the wide end of the peak ferrule onto the sleeve tube. In order to secure both ends of the sample tube, two fitting assemblies are needed. Now, carefully insert the new sample tube through the magnet. Gently slide the tube and be sure to avoid any dust or contamination. Slide the tube until there are equal lengths on both sides of the magnet. Slide the flared end of the sleeve tube and fitting assembly onto the end of the sample tube so the ends of the sample tube and sleeve tube are flush. When attaching the fitting, ensure both tubes are fully seated into the bulkhead fitting before fastening. As the nut is tightened, the ferrule clasps the sample tube, forming a secure and leak-proof seal. Now, tighten the steel hex nut by hand until snug. Then use the wrench for a half turn to fully install the fitting. Repeat the process on the other side. Finally, reattach the access panels on both sides of the instrument. With the sample tube replacement complete, the QM125 returns to full operation, ready for immediate shimming and data collection on your next samples.